So this week our scriptures all relate to making wise decisions, and part of that implies that we are open to learning, that we're open to being taught by the Lord. And today I'm going to be reading verse 11 from Psalm 86. And Psalm 86 is a great psalm, and it tells us so much about different characteristics of God. I encourage you to read the whole psalm. And verse 11 is this: "Teach me your way, O Lord, that I may walk in your truth. Give me an undivided heart to revere your name." Now, if you listen to my sermon this past Sunday from Jeremiah 6:16, can you hear the similarity between that verse and the first part of Psalm 86:11? "Teach me your way, O Lord, that I may walk in your truth. Ask for the ancient path where the good way lies, and walk in it, and find rest for your souls." You can hear this image of a path or a way that we're called to walk in throughout the pages of the scripture. And the second half of the verse is the part I really want to focus on. Give me an undivided heart to revere your name. What do you think of when you hear that image, an undivided heart? Well, what does a divided heart look like? Not your physical heart, but a divided heart would be one that is perhaps torn between two different things. For example, someone who thinks he or she is in love with two different people and can't make up his or her mind about who they really want to pursue or be with. That person has a divided heart. If you're married, your heart should not be divided. You should have an undivided heart of love and devotion for your spouse, correct? Some people in sports, right? They are fans of a particular team and they do not have a divided heart. You don't find many people who are both Red Sox and Yankee fans. My father's the only one I know. Most of us, our heart focuses on one team or another. And so when it comes to God and life, the psalmist is praying for an undivided heart where nothing comes between us and our devotion to God, where that relationship is primary. And it's interesting, we could spend a whole lot of time talking about different Bible verses about the heart. On the one hand, you have Jeremiah saying that the heart is deceitful and who can understand it. And yet, he's talking about how our heart can lead us astray. And this prayer in Psalm 86 for an undivided heart, and then go to Jesus' best known sermon, the Sermon on the Mount, where he says, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God." And that's where we want to be moving in terms of our heart, our devotion. We don't want to have a divided heart. We want to have a heart that's undivided, focused, pure on God, being in right relationship with God and with our friends and neighbors and family, because it is the pure in heart, Jesus says, who will see God. And we may not get to 100% purity, but we want to be moving to more and more of an undivided heart and more of a purer heart every day. May that be true of you this day.